Good morning, everybody. Let's take a moment to get settled. Today, we're going to be exploring a really powerful teaching, the intensity of persistence. And the reason it's powerful is that persistence trumps everything. No matter what challenge you have, what constraint you have, what limitation you have, if you're steadfast and patient and persistent, you will overcome. So we're going to get in touch with the spirit of persistence, the spirit of infinite persistence. And really taste this beautiful quality. When I teach meditation, I almost always talk about the 4 things to remember when we practice. I call it B4, 4 things to be. Be still, be at ease, be attentive, and be persistent. Being still is being physically as still as possible. Being at ease is about relaxing, letting go of any tightness at any level. Being attentive is really giving our full attention to whatever needs our attention. And being persistent. Starting again and again and again and again, never giving up. One of my teachers said that infinite patience is the fastest way. In this moment, allow yourself to taste what is it like to get really patient with your process, with your journey, with your experience, with your situation. We live in a culture that celebrates speed, quick results. Yet often these quick results are shallow results. There's a nice saying that meditation is not a quick fix. It's a deep fix. In the same way, infinite patience, infinite persistence, it's a deep fix, not necessarily a quick fix. Although in some ways it's also a quick fix, because the moment we access that mind state, that attitude of being absolutely persistent no matter what, there's an instant ease and release. For the rest of the session, we will really cultivate this deep, steadfast, persistent attitude. And whatever our challenges are, relationships, health, mental blocks, you name it, it's all going to surrender. It's all going to dissolve in the face of this absolute persistence. Think of the area of your life where you tend to be most restless, most keen on quick results. And now bring the attitude of patience, persistence, what we also call the long-lasting mind, playing the long game. And we're cultivating persistence at a very deep level, at a soul level. You know, at the deepest level, there is absolute persistence. Because God, or life, or truth, never ever gives up on us. No matter how many wrong turns we take, how much we ignore our inner guidance, no matter how long we wander down blind paths, there is something deep within us that is absolutely committed. We know that because it keeps nudging us back to the true path, sometimes nagging us. Never gives up. So get in touch with that essential quality which you already have. What does infinite persistence taste like? Feel like? There's a beautiful practice called sky gazing. You just look at the sky in a comfortable way, just look at the sky. And as you look at the sky for an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, everything changes. Clouds come and go. Birds come and go. The sun moves. The moon moves. The planes come and go. And you get a very direct taste of something that just is, unaffected by all this movement. That is. The pure persistence, which is a direct attribute of our true nature. When I first began meditating, I would have a lot of pain, physical pain, emotional pain, mental suffering. And one of my teachers reassured me and said that, well, whatever you're experiencing is not as bad as some of the meditation masters experienced. He told me stories of teachers in Burma and how they had practiced for over 30 years with intense pain. And then they had transcended that pain and come to peace. So stories like that gave me hope, gave me courage, and awakened an attitude of persistence. And I'm so grateful. One of my teachers was asked, what is his advice for beginning meditators? And he smiled and said, it's the same advice he gives experienced meditators. Keep at it. Keep at it. Infinite persistence, never giving up. Never giving up. You know, this persistence that we are touching and tasting right now is going to dominate every other aspect of our life, of our karma, of our sanskaras, of whatever you want to call it. It's going to dominate it. It's like the peaceful smile of the Buddha. Who knows? Everything comes and everything goes. In that recognition is an absolute peace, an absolute persistence of equanimity, unflappable. And it's the attitude of let it take endless time. Let it mean learning endless things. And may this persistence strengthen our capacity to benefit not just us, but infinite beings, all beings. With infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. This is also the Bodhisattva vow. Beings are infinite. I vow to rescue them all. The Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them all. The kleshas or obstacles are vast and deep like an ocean. I vow to empty this ocean. It's a commitment more than anything else to absolute persistence, which dominates everything else. Connect even more deeply with this infinite, intense, persistence, that spirit. Let it wash over you, wash into you, become a part of your DNA, part of your spinal column. Part of your bone structure, part of your bone marrow. Part of your essence, part of your soul. If you have to choose one quality, may it be persistence. At a certain point in our practice, we begin to suspect that there is no destination. When there is no destination, then what use is restlessness, jumpiness? What's the point of all this manipulation and control? Just relax and trust and enjoy the ride. One of the stories that was very influential in my life, in changing my perspective, these two sages are practicing in different parts of the same forest. And they've been meditating intensely for 30 years. And Lord Brahma appears before them on the same day. And he asks them tells them, make a wish. I'm very pleased with your practice. And the first one says, I want to be liberated from the cycle of birth and death. And Lord Brahma looks at the tree above him, filled with many, many leaves. And he says, yes, it will happen. It will take as many lifetimes as there are leaves on this tree. And the man is disgusted. He's disappointed. He's so upset. He said, I practiced so hard for so long. And you're telling me it's going to take that long? And he's very dejected. And he gives up his practice and he returns to the village. And another part of the same forest, sitting under a similar tree, Lord Brahma appears before the other man and again asking for a boon, make a wish. And he also says the same thing, I want to be liberated from the cycle of birth and death. And similarly, Lord Brahma looks up and says, yeah, it'll happen. It'll take as many lifetimes as there are leaves on this tree. This man looks up and he's overjoyed. And he gets up and he starts dancing. Starts dancing with joy. He says, my goodness, it's finite. It's finite. It's going to finish so soon. And he sits down. He's so filled with joy. It's almost done. It's almost done. In that moment, he realizes the undying. If there is death, then there also has to be something that is undying, because this is a world of polarities. Whatever exists, its counterpart also exists. And that's the story of infinite patience, infinite persistence is the fastest way. I love that story. So let your persistence dominate every other obstacle, limitation that the universe can throw up. Let your persistence outlast the universe. Every person you've ever admired has had this quality of persistence. It was perhaps their most important quality, whether you realize it or not. There's something I read a few days back, very simple but made a lot of sense to me. It said that every anger is a new anger. And what that meant to me is that every emotion, every experience, it may look similar to previous experiences, but actually it's not. When you really look at it, it's different, it's fresh. We use words like anger or sadness or depression, but actually it's different. In other words, it doesn't have to be boring. With infinite persistence, we experience an infinite array, infinite landscape of many, many contours, many, many changing facets, filled with infinite wonder, infinite beauty. I went diving last month with some people in Thailand, and these instructors, they pretty much go every single day to the same place. They take new people to the same place. And I said, well, don't you get bored going to the same place every day? They smiled and said, no, actually, the ocean is different every day. Every day we see different things. The ocean is constantly changing. You never know what to expect, never know what things you'll see down there. And the situation, the current is different, the visibility is different. And they say you can't take it for granted. The moment you get complacent, you get in trouble. And you also miss the beauty. So in the same way, you may not have such an exotic job as a scuba diving instructor, but your day is different, fresh, moment by moment. So today we explored this beautiful quality of infinite persistence. One of the most important qualities we have ever talked about or practiced. Keep reconnecting with this, keep marinating in this, keep integrating this, keep remembering this. In a sense, you don't have to develop it because it's already a part of your DNA. It's part of your soul nature, essential nature. So remember, recognize, reawaken. And may this quality be a true support, true foundation, true blessing in every dimension of your life. Tathastu, Tathastu. Be happy.